All right. Good morning. It is a little bit late. It is 7 o'clock, and no, I was not up too early. I was up at 6:30. So my morning, I lost an hour and a half of my normal creative time. A little bit frustrating, but that's okay. I did go to bed a little bit later than normal last night, and kind of a rough night's sleep. I ended up kicking when we were sparring in MMA last or at Muay Thai. I ended up kicking someone that my sparring partner, but I kicked them with just my toe right on their hip, like right on their hip, and it's the toe that I had toe turf on it like 6 weeks ago, and it's just like fully aggravated again. Like really really pissed off about it, frustrated. But yeah, that kept me up last night. Just kind of felt it throbbing. Um, Probably should have taken some aspirin. Stupid me, but I didn't, of course. So, anyways, so I'm up and ready to get my day going. Hopefully, you have been up for a while and getting things done. So, so yesterday was a pretty good day, but also frustrating. I left early yesterday morning. We had a group that was supposed to show up at 12 from 12 to 2, and they had ordered through us uh, 12 large pizzas for their group of 30, and so I had to be there at 11:15. So we left here at 10 of 15 or so. So I didn't go to MMA. I had a call that I was supposed to make. I didn't make that call because of that group, and I had to drop off the Camry at BMW because my son, that's where he works. So, but he was gonna one of the tires keeps going flat, so we are gonna swap it out with another tire. So, anyways, I dropped that off. Went to Boston. The pizza showed up at 12:30. The group was not there. Then at 1 o'clock they call and say, "Oh yeah, can we just change it to Wednesday?" And I'm like, "You got to be kidding me." And that was at like one. Actually, that was probably closer to like 1:15. Like as we were like, yeah, they're not coming. So at that point, I had 12 pizzas, $300 in pizza, right? Nowadays, pizzas aren't cheap. But I ended up. So what we did was pack the pizzas. The pizzas were already packed up. I put them in like our, like hot bags. So I took the pizzas. So um, one of the girls works at MGH, and she volunteers at the in like the cancer area ward, doing like yoga and meditation and stuff. So we just brought most of the pizzas over there. I took a couple home, but that was about it. And then I told them they're gonna have to pay for the food, if they want it again. But I lost. By the time I got dropped that pizza off and got home, it was 2:30. So there was the whole chunk in the middle of my day gone, wasted. And I can't charge them for what my time is worth, because, I'm going to have a hard time probably charging them for, because they're already complaining about, they're complaining about paying for more pizza. I'm like, I mean, they said they understood, but they're like, they don't understand. I said, well, you can have pizza or you cannot have pizza, but the next time it's on you because I already paid for it. You know, um, but they, like staff. I had two staff members there. I have to pay them for 4 hours each. That's a couple $100. It's like, it's just frustrating because it's part of running a business, but it's the frustrating part of running a business. So that was kind of my day yesterday. A little bit frustrating. I my entire middle of my day was cut out because of that. So, and then by 3 o'clock, I ate something, and then it was just kind of looking at finances, looking for my lease. Because I'm not going to be signing another 5-year lease with with them, and it just doesn't make sense. Business is so slow right now over there, and I know it seems like it's slow everywhere. I was talking with someone that works at Flight Club, and they said that they're very slow. He said, but it makes sense. He said Tuesday through Thursday, they have steady traffic, and then the rest of the days it's kind of just hit or miss unless they have a private event. But that makes sense because everyone's in town. They're in the seaport, so everyone's in town Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They take off early and they come back late, so they're taking 4-day work weeks, week. Excuse me, 4-day weekends, and they're doing a 3-day work week. It's basically what they're doing. It seems like. So that's so that makes sense. But again, I don't see the value of signing another lease at this point. I'm paying $2,500 a month. It's going to go up to $3,500 a month. And I think I mentioned it yesterday. It's just it's going to cost me half the cost me half the money monthly to wipe out all my credit cards to zero, and to refinance the building and to reinvest in my own building in a build out that I can do with a liquor license, and it's going to end up cutting my costs in half. And I also, there's a lot of other things too. It's like I won't have to deal with Boston traffic. I won't have to deal with a lot of other things. Do I wish it went another way? Sure. Of course I do. But we opened right as COVID hit, and that was a 2-year hard hit. And again, knew nothing about marketing or sales, so I've learned a lot about all of that. So, but I also have to decide if that's what I want to do. Do I want a brick and mortar store? Do I want to manage a team? Do I want to have to deal with marketing? Do I want, I know I can hire people to do all of these things. And, everyone says, well, you're always going to do the best job. Well, I don't think so. I'm not a great marketer. I'm not a great salesperson. I'm an okay manager, not great. I didn't go to college for management or anything like that. So, anyways, I have to decide if that's what I want as part of my life, my day-to-day life moving forward. Or do I want to focus on being more creative? Do I want to focus on, the review platform, which everybody I talk to likes the concept of it. It's just now executing, putting it together. The museum, everybody likes the concept of that. I have writing that I want to accomplish. So there's a lot of things that I want to do in my daily life, and this could take a huge chunk out of it. The issue that I have is that if I sell the building, I lose an asset and I'm paying capital gains tax, right? If I'm paying 15% on $500,000, you know what I mean? That's 75 grand. It might be closer to $100,000 in capital gains tax, which, unless I do a 1031 exchange, but even then I want to pay off any debt that I have down to zero. So I have to pay capital gains on whatever I don't roll over. So my thought is, either I'm going to I'm gonna move Key Amaze to that building, or I'm going to roll it over, and move it, and take that money, refinance, and lease that building out to somebody with their liquor license. And then, I'm not making a ton of money, but it's, I'll pay all my debts to zero, and I'll probably be making, probably 70 grand a year out on top, 60, 70 grand a year. So that's not bad. It's a good start. So I have some decisions to make. And that might be that might end up being the direction that I go, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So got some stuff to figure out. And that's part of today. That's part of this whole week moving forward. I am going to be talking to my landlord today, letting him know the situation. And, from there, it's just about designing my life, what I want for it. Let me just make sure this is rolling. Yep, still going. Man, so my toe is hurting and my thigh, I was getting kicked it kicked a couple times quite hard yesterday in the thigh. I mean, like, I think that guy I was sparring against was kicking full force, which, so I didn't mind the fact that I caught him with a few good crosses and hooks right to the face. I was like, like, you're gonna kick hard, then you're gonna get a couple crosses. You're gonna get some stuff to the face. Not full force, of course, but you're gonna feel it. Anyways, so yeah, so designing your life, designing my life, or yours. It's critical. That is what you want. You want to sit down and write out what your life is going to look like in the next year, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. If you don't write it out, no chance of it happening. So, what time do you want to get up? What time do you want to eat breakfast? What do you want to eat? What do you want to do when you get up? What do you want to focus on, right? Are you going to be creative? Are you going to focus on looking at investments if you're doing finance or whatever it is? What is your focus? What is your goal? Those are, you know what I mean? It's like, how do you want your afternoons to play out? How many days a week do you want to work? Do you want to work 4 longer days? Do you want to work a regular 5-day work week? Do you want to work every single day of the week? Do you want to work 3 days during the week? Where do you want to live? What do you want to drive? How do you want to travel? What does your family life look like? How many vacations are you taking? A year. Those are things that how do you relax? How do you, what are your hobbies? How do you grow? How do you grow yourself? Your personal growth. How is that played out? How do you stay mentally clear? How do you stay physically healthy? What's your diet? All of these things, planning your life, and I have the opportunity now, right now, to plan the rest of my life moving forward, how I want it to be. And some people are lucky enough they can do it at a much younger age. They've got 25 years on me or 20 years on me, which is great. Some people never do it. I'm doing it now, and I'm very happy that I'm doing it. So that's what I want to figure out. How am I going to do this moving forward? What is my core driver? What is my passion? What's my focus? I want to get clear on those things, and then I want to roll that into how I'm going to live my life and who I'm going to become during the next 20 years of my life, and then just start working towards it. One step at a time, one bite at a time, whatever it is, one day at a time. All that stuff. So yeah, that's what my focus is this week, is to just take a couple hours a day and just plan my life. And whether I sell the building and move on and do a 1031 exchange and pay some taxes on the money that I don't end up with, or I move the business there, or I renovate it, lease it, pull some money out of it. Whatever I do, I need to be able to be clear about it, and I need to make sure it fits into the lifestyle that I want. And that's something that you need to do as well. So I'm going to get to it. I don't have a lot of time today. I'm not sure I'm going to go to MMA this morning. I was thinking about going. I'm not sure I'm going to go. Might be stupid to go. I am kind of hard-headed when it comes to that stuff. I'm not going to call myself stupid because I'm not, but I am hard-headed. But and the other thing I want to do today too is I looked at my phone, and I have quite a bit of storage on the phone. I have over, I have a terabyte and a quarter. So, but I looked at my phone storage on the SD card, and I have 727 gigabytes of video. So I've got to start moving it off of the stamp phone. So that's one of my goals today. Start doing that. I'm going to have to put in a couple hours just doing that. So I am done. I'm done ranting, chatting, whatever this is called, vlogging. I'm done for the day. Hopefully you are going to understand what I'm saying about designing your life and what your lifestyle looks like, and you understand that that comes from committing every day to reflecting, planning, and thinking forward about what you want, being clear about what you want with your life. So until tomorrow, I hope you are crushing your goals, catching your dreams, and having a wonderful day. Take care. Peace out.